gathering, a methodology for evolving a happy, prosperous and peaceful society in our planet, which I call it evolution of an enlightened society. Now how do we create such an enlightened society? Which we have, there are three components. One is education with value system, which the church, the Malankara church is doing fantastically, education value system. Religion transformed into spirituality. Religion transformed spirituality. Just now I told you an example, Tumba example, how a church can be given to scientific work. Third one, economic development for societal transformation. Let us look at education with value system. We have seen that seeds of peace in the world have their origin in righteousness at the heart of every individual. Such a righteous citizen led to the evolution of an enlightened society. Education value system has been so designed that the righteousness in the heart is developed in young minds. That should be the mission of education. The prime learning environment is 5 to 17 years of age. This reminds me an ancient Greek teacher saying, give me a child for 7 years. Afterwards, no, let God and devil take the child. They cannot change my child. This indicates the power of great teachers and what good teachers can inculcate in the young minds. Parents and teachers must inculcate the moral leadership among the among the children. It requires the ability to have insight in the uniqueness and universality of the human consciousness. True education is the acquisition of enlightened feelings and enlightened powers to understand daily events and to understand the permanent truth linking man to the environment, human and planet. It is essential in the schools and colleges, including our Malankara churches, church colleges and schools. Lectures are given by great teachers of the institution once in a week for 1 hour on civilizational heritage and derived value system. This may be called a moral science class that will elevate the young mind to the love of the country, to love the other human being and elevate them to higher plane. This will ensure embedding of righteousness in each citizen with eternal goodness and wholesome in conduct. As we say in our country, will you all of you say what I say? Will you repeat? Will you repeat? All of you? Yes or no? Where you're not taking food, where there is righteousness in the heart, there is beauty in the character. When there is beauty in the character, there is harmony in the home. Harmony in the home. When there is harmony in the home, there is order in the nation. When there is order in the nation, there is peace in the world. Did you see, friends? If you have one quality, if you can acquire one quality through parents, through education, it is possible to have the beauty in the character. It is possible to have harmony in the home. It is possible order in the nation. It is possible to have peace in the world. What is that one quality? What is that one quality? Righteousness in the heart. Righteousness in the heart only 3 people can give. Father, mother in a spiritual environment, father, mother in a spiritual, and third, primary school teacher, good primary school teacher. These are the 3 people can give you the righteousness in the heart. So friends, I have talked to you education value system. Next one, religion transformed into spirituality in universal mind. Friends, when I was how is it possible religion transformed spirituality? It happened in somewhere Rameshwaram, 1941, British India, wartime. There I used to see in my home 3 people meeting every Friday. One is Reverend Father Podal. Reverend Father Podal, he built the first church in Rameshwaram Island. Second one, Pachalaikunda Sastrigal, the priest and the expert of Hinduism from the temple, Pachalaikunda Sastrigal. My father is Imam of the mosque, Jainuddin, Imam of the mosque. Imam of the mosque, temple, priest and the expert in Hinduism, and the builder of the first church in Rameshwaram Island, all three assembled to find out what can be done, what can I give to the society, what can I give to the island, what we can give to the society. That is the type of culture we are famous for it. That we have to cultivate. Every state of India we have to cultivate. So friends, I would like to say the very important thing. Third thing, first I talk to education value system. Second one, I talk to you the spiritual, the religion transforming into spirituality. Third one, economic development, societal transformation. All these three only make the society. Indian economy is an ascent phase. Definitely, it has got a vision, India 2020 vision. There are 5 areas. By the year 2020, we should remove the poverty from India. That is, the economic growth should take place, and we have to work for it. So far, we have discussed 3-dimensional approach of providing value-based education, religion, transform into spiritual force, and economic development for societal transformation, leading to evolution of an enlightened society. This integrated 3-dimensional methodology of evolution of an enlightened society will pave the way for peaceful, prosperous, happy nation, and thereby a world free extremism and further seeds of extremism. In conclusion, friends, I would like to share with you, friends, an experience when I visited Arunachal Pradesh in the year 2003. I visited a Buddhist monastery at Tawang, 3,500 meter altitude. I spent some time nearly for a day. I observed a unique situation in all the villages nearby where age and experience were all radiating happiness. All were happy. Villagers were happy. The monks were happy. Everybody was happy in that village. It was a severe winter. I was asking myself, what is the unique feature of Tawang? Then I asked the chief monk of a Buddhist monk, I asked him, why you people are all happy? Why your villagers are happy? Then he took me near the Buddha. So there's a big Vigraha, Buddha Vigraha. There, you are the President of India. You will be knowing all about what he said. But I said, I insisted. You tell me why the villagers are all happy and monks are happy, young and old. Then he gave me an answer. There was a beautiful golden image of Lord Buddha, radiating smile and peace. The chief monk assembled nearby, all his 100 young experienced monks. The chief monk and myself were sitting amidst them. Chief monk gave a short discourse, which I would like to share with you. Chief monk said, in the present world, watch what he said. In the present world, we have a problem of distrust, unhappiness, transforming into violence. The monastery spread, he said. He gave an equation. The monastery spreads. When you remove I and me, when you remove I and me from your mind, you will eliminate ego. If you eliminate ego, hatred towards fellow human beings vanish. Hatred towards fellow human beings will vanish. If the hatred goes out of mind, the violence in thinking and action will disappear. If violence in our mind is taken away, peace brings in our mind, then peace alone lost with the society. This is the type of equation he gave. In my search for evolving a peaceful, prosperous society, I got part answer. My search for real truth continues. I saw an ancient church monastery, Christian monastery in Bulgaria, where I had discussion with highly experienced monks on the message of Tawang. The monk added, Bulgarian Christian monk added, that forgiveness is all the foundation of a good life. Forgiveness is all the foundation of good life. Similarly, then I visited Ajmer Sharif, where I participated the Friday namaz. Here Sufi expert told me the Almighty's creation, the man has been challenged with another powerful creation, Shaitan. Only good deeds lead to good thinking. Good thinking results into action, radiating love as commanded by Almighty. The above, as well as my interaction with various other spiritual personalities, convinced me the unity of mind is achievable. In my experience, I have seen a Siddha, a Muslim administrator, can become a profound chief minister of a Hindu kingdom. A Christian father can give a church for scientific program. A 100-year-old Hindu saint giving, empowering the youth with knowledge irrespective of religion, caste, social status. I see the evolution of enlightened citizen in different regions. Definitely we can provide leadership for evolution of civilizational harmony for the whole world. Certainly Malangara Orthodox Church is a partner in such a great mission of peace and prosperity of the world. Once again, let me greet all the members of Malangara Orthodox Church on the occasion of well-attended function of centenary celebration of the establishment of a Catholicate in the Malangara Orthodox Church. My best wishes to all the members of the Malangara Orthodox Church success their mission of promoting global peace and prosperity, happiness. May God bless you all, friends.